Hey everybody. Ooh. Just give me a second here and let me get this sorted. I am gonna be working on my March monthly. If you don't know, I'm doing Taylor Swift albums for each month theme throughout the year since there's 12 now. And so we are on March, and in my arbitrary way of doing it, it's gonna be like a Showgirl, just because, I don't know, green and orange, like St. Patrick's Day. I don't know, it made sense to me. Give me a second here, let me pull up our live. Just give me a second. So I'm gonna pull up our live and yeah, get going. My iPad does not want to connect to the internet, so you have to give me a second here. How's everybody doing? All right, there we go. Okay, so tonight we're gonna be doing my March monthly setup. I've already sort of started here. I wanted to trace my mood tracker just because I feel like it won't always just take so long to do. So I started there. I did already pull out a bunch of stickers and stencils that I thought would fit the theme. Just to give you a quick little like flip through of what, if you're new here, what we're doing. Like I said, since there's 12 Taylor Swift albums, I decided this year was going to be like, the monthlies were going to be Taylor Swift themed. So each month is an album. So I did January for Reputation, mostly because it's like a wintry theme album to me, but also like it's not like pre-holiday album. Like it's like winter bluesy, like deep dive album. However, like it also has a song New Year's Day. So it has to go in January to me. So I used stencils and some stickers and did like a January setup. So that included my like one good line a day, my mood tracker, and my January calendar. We used a lot of like snake scales and snake stencils and like cracked and lips and just like grungy musical-y things. And that was January. And then for February, I know the obvious one would be Lover, but we did Speak Now. Enchanted to Meet You, Long Live. I don't know, like, I didn't want it to be Lover because that album just screams like summer to me. And also, like, there's Cruel Summer on it, and Pinks and Blues are like early summer sunset. Like, I don't know. I didn't want it to be February. I felt like it was too on the nose. Anyway, so we did Speak Now for that, and we did like the fireworks and the dragons and the hearts and the butterflies and all the purple. And again, I have to clearly need to catch up on my mood and one good line a day, but there's February, like all the fun cutesy February stuff. So for March, I decided, like I said, I feel like debut was my other thought, but I decided since it just seems more like very springy and like March isn't like flower springy yet, at least not in Michigan, we're gonna go with the orange and the green, like just scream St. Patrick's Day to me. I don't know, like I feel like I had some valid reasons for some of them, and some of them were just kind of like, that was a dumb reason to do that, but I'm doing it. So Showgirl's up. It's up. Let me pull out my March letters. We're going to use our bracelet builder to do kind of like the header for the month. I really should separate these out, but I'm lazy. I haven't even refiled my massive stack of stencils, so one day these will all be in their cute little individual months. Today is not that day. Okay, so this is our monthly header bracelet builder, or bracelet header maker. I don't know what I'm really bad at naming things. Oh, I should also actually tag everybody. That would help too. Okay. I'm gonna put that to the side. And I'm gonna also put my bullet journal to the side because we're gonna come back into this one in a bit. I want to make sure this is the right side up. So this is going to be kind of like our outside pages. And we're just going to do the March one here. So the first thing I'm going to do, and you can totally do this with a pencil. And in fact, I typically suggest starting with a pencil, but sometimes I go rogue. So I'm just going to line this top one up wherever I want it. And I like to use the grid, the dot grid to help me with that. And again, you definitely can color this however you want. You can use ink to do this. For whatever reason in my head, like I'm using my outliners for this part and the rest is ink. I tend to get like set in a way. Like in my head, it's my outliners for this part. And so you can bet you that most, if not all of the 12 months will be my outliners in this part. Hopefully I can find a good showgirly-ish color. Okay. Well, this marker is not very good, but this is the one I want to use, so hopefully this, nope. It's funny because I feel like this color in my regular mild-liners is doing the same. Oh no, I just dumped all of them everywhere. Yikes. That'll be a picture for later. Give me 1 second to pull them out of my regular mild-liners. Here we go. Much better. I'm trying to think if I want like the, I think I'm gonna go with this one. Do I go with like a light gray? I'm thinking maybe a light gray here. That's definitely not light. Guess we're gonna go back to green. And then we'll do green on this side too. Oh, that's totally not what I wanted to do. Oh well. It is what it is. Maybe we'll use a different one for this. Do that like lighter minty green. Okay. And then we will trace the letters. And again, you don't even have to use these ones that are in here. You can absolutely use a font of your own. I use the Reputation one for, or the Old English one for Reputation. I think I use these ones for Speak Now. But like when we do 1989, I'll definitely use that font. The Showgirl font I have is just a little too big for these. So I'm going to stick with the one that's actually in the thing. I also have, if you haven't seen this, for both February and January, I have a breakdown of what stencils I used for each of the pages in my monthly layout. Eventually I'd like to do that for every layout I do, but takes a little bit of work, and I've been really bad about pictures and downloading lives and all that stuff. Like it hasn't been a great start of the year here as far as like social media stuff and my shop and all that. So hopefully spring's the time of renewal, right? Like everybody always says that's what should actually be when our New Year's resolutions start. We're gonna go with that and lean into that, because yeah. Hi, Katie. Because it's been a minute and I haven't been the best at any of that. So, but if you're interested in like where I got certain stickers, where I got different washi, which stencils I used for that, I did do a pretty thorough, I think, breakdown on my blog, on my website. So when you go to the website, there's a menu and you can go to blog, and that is both on there. So how's it going? So both months are on there, and then you can probably have to give me a few days. Hopefully by the weekend I will have this one up. My hope is to get the live all downloaded and everything too, so that like I can link that in there as well, and you can actually see how I did this as I'm doing it, but we'll see. Can't believe it's already March. And I'm like already thinking about when I'm going to do April, because April's going to be a super busy month for me. I think I will be able to do the first live of the month and the second, but at least one towards the end of the month I'm going to have to miss. So like, I'm like, when will I be doing this? When will I be doing that? Like, I feel like I need to do some makeup lives like preemptively to just to catch up on all the stuff I need to do. But yeah, anyway, so that if you're interested in either of those two, like I said, you can go to the website, which is ootvstencils.com, and check those out, and then this one will be up hopefully within the week. It's going. I need to do so much, but I don't want, yeah, same. I had a really nice weekend away, but then like I came home and I'm like, I've got a lot to do. I don't want to do any of it. A lot of it is like cleaning. Like I really needed to do like a hardcore spring cleaning. And it's all the stuff that I like really don't want to do. So yeah. All right. Full for March. Yeah. April, May. Yeah. April for me is the worst. It's not even the worst. I think I just lost that stencil. Oh my goodness. What did I do? There it is. I actually just bought my ticket to go to Florida. I'm flying on my birthday, which is kind of a bummer because I'm like working a half a day on my birthday, which is a super bummer. And it's my 40th, so it's not like it's just like a random birthday. But to be able to go down for Easter with my family, because like literally my entire family can be down there. And it's like my 40th birthday weekend. Like I don't want to, but I'm working a half day on my birthday and then flying down and then not flying back until Tuesday. Oh yeah, so that Tuesday I definitely won't be able to be here. Like the flight prices were ridiculous regardless, but if I stayed until Tuesday, they went down like $500, and like they were still expensive. So I stayed until Tuesday and sacrificed. I'll still be in Florida like at night on my birthday, but I'm kind of bummed, but oh well, we will celebrate all weekend. I should do some cleaning, yeah, same, but I need to register for it, yeah. The reading weekend was amazing. It was definitely needed, much needed. But I went with the person that rented the house, so we went a little bit earlier, so we were like the first ones there, which was obviously fun because we left early and kind of got a jump start. This is, by the way, I do have like, they're not all done, so they probably won't be out until early next week, but I have like 6, I think, or 5 new stencils. There's some for St. Patrick's Day stuff that's going to be coming out, and then this one, and I'm only mentioning it because I'm using it, is a honeycomb one, and I wanted to use it for Life of a Showgirl. It's a little bit different than our one that we have now. The one that we have now is all open. This is a little like grungier and like kind of closed too, so I wanted to use it for the Showgirl thing. The reading weekend was great. We got there on Friday. I actually left work early, and my friend picked me up, and we got there pretty early, which was nice. I knew, I'm like losing all my trains of thought. I knew that the new BK Borison, and Now Back to You was coming out, so I had saved that. So I had been listening to First Time Caller to re-listen to it. And I finished that, like I had like 30 minutes left of that when we got to the thing, to the cottage. And then, so I finished that and then listened to most of And Now Back to You on, Friday night. And then, Saturday I spent all day reading a physical book, which was really nice because I don't do that very often because I always have something else to do. So I sat down and read one physical book. It was like a 400 pager, but it was really, really good. I loved it. I read Battle of the Bookstores, which is something I had read like a preview of before it was even out last year, and like immediately pre-ordered it, got a signed copy. Like I was hooked on the preview. Like I was so mad that when I realized it wasn't out yet, like so mad. And then of course, like when it came out, I just like, life happened and I didn't read it. And so I hadn't read it. And so, that was the one that I took specifically to read. I mean, also because like, fun because, you know, I mean, sorry, Thursday, Friday, fun because it's like bookish too, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's always so much more fun when you're doing like a reading weekend. What day? March started on a Sunday too, didn't it? Yeah. So, oh no, 30. Yeah, okay. So yeah, so I started it, it was really cute. It's like a modern take on You've Got Mail-ish. It's been so long since I've read that movie, but that's what everybody else said when I was describing it. It was so cute and so fun, and it was very like, I laughed out loud several times. Like I had to read out sentences to people because I was so like geeked about it. I loved it. I finished that all on Saturday, and then Sunday morning I finished the audio of And Now Back to You, and then started like a random hockey book. Like I just panic grabbed, found the first audio on Hoopla I could find. But it was super fun. Friday night, kind of like everybody got there at different times. We got there around like 3. Our 2 other friends got there at like probably like 3:34. Another friend got there like probably like 4:50, 5 o'clock. And then Monica got there around like 6 or so. So it was kind of like a rotating door of everybody coming in. But that was fun too, because it was kind of like everyone just kind of chilled and got there as they got there. And then we had dinner Friday night. We did a lot of like, I have been on this like rabbit hole of Little Words Project bracelet. Like I'm like obsessed. So then we like had this whole little like share time. We were like doing that as people were reading, and you know, kind of hung out, chatted, chatted a little more, read a little more. And then we basically did the same thing on Saturday. I made this fun reading sweatshirt, so I was very proud of it. It took me a while, but it was just kind of like a no frills one. The last like vocation, they did a lot of like planned a lot of crafts and stuff to do. This one was like no frills, like just come and hang out. Like all we paid for was renting the cabin or cottage or whatever you call it. It was on a really pretty lake. And we had really nice weather too, so it was like sunny and nice out the whole time. But yeah, like it was a lot of fun. Let me grab, I gotta decide what colors I'm gonna use for this. It was a lot of fun. And then Sunday morning we woke up, we read a little bit. Kelly and I sat at the table and planned and like listened to an audiobook while we planned, kind of thing. And then we left. I think checkout time was like 11, so we left, you know, shortly before that. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. Like it was a good, relaxing weekend. I definitely needed, like much needed, relaxation. It was nice. Like I said, it was really nice to sit down with a book and like not think like, oh, I should be working on my shop. I should be filling orders. I should be doing this. Like I should be cleaning. And Monica and I were actually talking about that, like, because we both like really loved the books we read, and we're like, is it that like we had this dedicated time to really appreciate it? Because like part of me thinks it kind of is a little bit of that, because like I don't sit down at home, you know what I mean? Like I don't know, and like get to fully enjoy a book. But I also sat and like really thought about what book I was going to read, thought about the book I was picking. So it was like something I curated too. So I don't know, like, I don't know what the answer is. It that it was like, or is it that like we're happy in this, like we have this dedicated reading time that we love with our friends, and like, I don't know. Or if is it like you sit there and you pick out a special book and you like know you're gonna, like you're setting yourself up for, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I think it's probably a little bit of all of it, to be honest. Like, you know, you're excited for something. You're in a good mood. You know, in general, there's not like a lot of other noise. I mean, especially this weekend, like of all weekends, like there was a lot of outside noise that like I only knew about because I like randomly would check my phone like once in a while. You know what I mean? Like, so it was a great weekend. Definitely much needed. I wish we could do this more often. But it was nice to like have a little getaway with friends, and yeah. So this one, like I said, this one wasn't like, it was more like bring, if you want any, have any activities you want to do, bring those. Like kind of a, so I cross stitched on Friday night while I was listening to my audiobook. I know Kelly was doing like a crossword puzzle and coloring. I think Monica and Kat were both like reading physical books, so they weren't, and I think Jody was too. Melissa, I don't know if she was audiobooking or reading and had something on her headphones. One or the other, I'm not sure, but so it was kind of like a mix, and it was kind of like, you know, seems like it's a combination, intentionally picking specific books, the time set aside for reading and connecting with people, and like, and maybe we also just kind of like pick specific books that we know, you know, we're setting it up, you know what I mean? Like, but also like, is it the connection of like spending an entire day just, other than like, you know, when you eat or like are talking to your friends, which is like, again, good mood, like good serotonin, you're like immersed in this world for an entire day, and you're not like putting it down and coming back to it. Like, for the most part, you know, like we snacked and we went and got dinner and whatever, but like for the most part, you're really stuck, not even stuck, like immersed in this world for a whole day. You know what I mean? Like, and I think that's definitely something to be said about that too. That you have this like I don't know. I think, like I said, I think it's probably a mixture of everything. And super acrylic markers and coloring books. Yeah. So it was a lot of like, bring whatever you want. Like if you have a craft you want to do, bring it. I've been getting into cross stitching. So I'm trying to be more intentional about like not just scrolling all the time. So like I said, I did a little bit of planning on Sunday. I wanted to do more of that, but I think I just I actually thought I was going to do more audiobooking. I didn't think I was going to like really be absorbed in my book, because it's been a while since I've been absorbed in a book, like a physical book. So that was a little bit of a surprise in a good way, obviously. And so I brought the cross stitch because I thought I was going to be doing more audio. I had like 4 cross stitches. I did not even finish the one that I was almost done with. So there's that. But yeah, like it was a lot of fun. I can't wait till we do it again. I think the one in the summer is going to be a little more planned out like they did last time, which will be cool too. So I'm excited. I'm excited for all of the things. It's just nice to like do bookish things with bookish people too. So yeah. But I am using a bunch of different random pieces, kind of trying to go with the Showgirl vibe, and like little references from the album too, like honey. So I did like the honeycombs. We're gonna do some beads. We'll definitely do some music and some confetti. But if you have any questions, for sure, shut them out. I pulled like a huge stack of stencils out, and I'm like kind of realizing I'm not going to use many of them, but I still think it's fun to kind of play with like what you have and see like different ways that you can use different stencils. Like I think I'll add a couple footballs to this and kind of like build a little bit of layering in your stencils too. It adds some depth to it, in my opinion. Also, Katie, I don't know if you got my message the other day. I don't know if you guys are still thinking about coming up here for that PWHL game. If you are, you might want to try to grab tickets like sooner rather than later. The last time I looked, like most of the lower bowl was sold out, and like a decent amount of the upper bowl. Like there were still definitely tickets. Like I think you'll still probably be okay with tickets, but it's like getting closer and closer to selling out, which is really cool. Like that would be awesome if we could sell it out. But like pre-Olympics and like the day after the Olympics, it was still like pretty wide open. There's still tons of tickets. Like I had a friend on Monday tell me that she was thinking of going, and I sent her like where our tickets were, and she bought tickets like in the same section a couple of rows back, and now like the entire lower bowl is sold out. So yeah, hopefully it's another fun night later. Right. I mean, I think my inclination is that there's enough tickets right now that, like, if you have last minute, you might still be able to. And, like, obviously you can always check StubHub and stuff because there might be decent options there too. But I would definitely, like, if and when you decide, like, yeah, you're for sure doing it, I would definitely hop on and get them as soon as you do that, because I've been just, like, out of curiosity, like, I mean, I've been to all of them, and, like, the first two were, like, the records, and so, I don't think we're gonna be able to set the record anymore, because, I don't think they have the entire arena open for us, and I think it was Seattle had, like, 17,000 people at their last one, which is amazing, but I'm hoping for a good showing, so that hopefully we can get a team here, because I would love that. I want to do like a double. Try to play around with like a little bit of layering of these. The Seattle game was crazy. I actually watched it on YouTube for the first time. I had never done that. I didn't realize that their games were on YouTube. So I'll be doing more of that for sure too. But I think the Seattle game, it was either super late at night and I had to work the next day, or it was while I was gone. And so I didn't get a chance to see that, but I did hear that it was crazy. That's so awesome. Like, hopefully all this success translates into, like, more people being interested in it, like, long term, and a franchise in Detroit. That's, like, all I care about, clearly. It really is fun to watch, like, and I'm always been a hockey girl, so that's not, like, you know, anything new, but I'm gonna do, like, I Heart New York across the top here. I was listening to this album right before it came on because I felt like I needed inspiration, and it's been a minute, because I've mostly been, this is not the right color, I've mostly been, where's my black? Audiobooking for a while, so, like, it's been a minute. I was like, I definitely need to listen to, see if there's anything I'm forgetting that I could use for stencil references. I am kind of bummed, like, a lot of the big stars are, like, out for a while. That's kind of a bummer, like, just when the league's kind of picking up a little bit of steam. But maybe it'll make it so that, like, every game is more exciting because there's so much parity in it. Maybe. I don't know. I'm hoping. But I put it on my TV the other night, like, Thursday night while I was packing to go for this weekend. I had the, I think it's the teams that are playing in Detroit. So Ottawa and, I'm sorry, Montreal? Yeah, Montreal and New York. So I had that on too. And I was like, this is actually, like, fun. I don't know why I don't put these on more often, because, I mean, obviously I love the Olympics, but I love hockey in general, and, you know, really hoping for the team here. Have you guys read any good books lately? There's a couple today that came out. The one that Monica was posting about, the Cara Baston one. And then, I don't know if it's technically part of the Mile High series or if it's like a spin-off of it. But that one came out today too. So, and then I realized, like, as I started it, that I was like, I don't remember any of these characters. So I went back and started the series over. So I've got a little bit till I need a new book, but I feel like I'm, like, in a mood where I really want, like, some good books. I think that's part of the reading weekend, is you come back and you're, like, ready to read. And then you're like, oh wait, I have 6 piles of laundry to do. Did you YouTube NHL? ESPN having the NHL, I've been watching way more hockey. Yeah, right? You're in a reading slump? No, I think I was. I mean, I don't know. The thing is, like, when I audiobook at work, like, I'm just, you know, just listening for the noise. So it's like, I don't care. Not that I don't care if it's a good book or not, because, like, obviously you want it to be a good book. But I think, like, I'm, like, less inclined to be like, oh, I hate this book, I can't listen. So I don't know. What else can I do as far as patterns? I hate being a reading slump though, like, but that always just makes me feel like, you know, I also tend to feel like a little bit like reading can be like work sometimes. So when I'm in a slump, I always feel like I'm like struggling at work or something. Okay. I think that looks good as far as like stenciling for the front of this. Used a bunch of different ones. I used the martini glasses, the Showgirl confetti, the dazzling, the Lux, the lightning bolts, our new honeycomb one that is not even out yet. Again, the dazzling, the football pattern, the basic stencil, one of our New York ones for the I Heart New York. Oh, I did want to put some beads on here though. I feel like it needs a strand of beads. We'll do green to give it a little more depth of color. What's the last good book you read, Katie? Or is that the problem, you haven't in a while? I want to go like try to, does that make sense? Where did this end up? Cool, we'll do that. All right. So now we can do the fun part and bring the stickers in. This one I actually have several options. I think that's part of the problem, but I like Berry Bones. I haven't read that yet. I have a signed copy of that. I haven't read it yet. I do have the like New York, like I thought, like Be My New York When Hollywood Hates Me. I thought that would be really cute to put there. And that's from Adorably Amy. She has a ton of like Swiftie stickers that are so cute. And then I have Caffeine Queens and Sugar Pop Fizz stickers for this one. And this I feel like is where we can bring in some fun colors. I just haven't been reaching for my Kindle. Yeah, same. And I think that's what was so nice about this other one was that like, or this weekend, that like, not that it was forced to, but like, in a way, given the opportunity, I guess, to have the time to sit down and do it. I have so many options and stickers for this. I don't know what to do with myself. Like, it's almost too much. I feel like it's hard to sometimes reach for your Kindle, especially when you're like, you have so much going on with your kids. I know a sticker's good when you can't rip it, but also like, I really want to rip the sticker and it won't rip. I need some background stickerage. I'm going to trim this a little bit though to get rid of some of that white border. The focus is the hardest part. Like I said, I think that's, again, what was nice about this weekend is that, like, I had nothing else to focus on. So it was either read or just kind of sit there. And so I read, and that was awesome. I feel like it's hard when you have choices of where to put stuff because I'm like, I don't know what to do. I do really like this little sheet though because it's got the song titles in it. I thought that was super fun. I want to put this big The Life of a Showgirl across it. Okay. And I definitely want to put some of these fun, like this one for sure. Because the actual Life of a Showgirl song is one of my favorites. Maybe we'll put this over here. Like with the footballs. I want some background for this. Do you guys have a lot of spring sports, Katie? Okay, what else can we do in here? Let's do Big Taylor. Even though obviously that's not from the 19 or the Life of a Showgirl set, but do Showgirl bracelet. Sometimes I feel when you have like less choices, it's easier because I'm like, how do I fit in all the things I want to fit in? Because I don't know how to do that right now. I also have to remember there's insides too. And put these sequins are for over here, like in this little corner, and then put, yeah, the sequins behind it. There we go. I always have this point where I'm like, I don't like this at all. But again, like a lot of times it's usually like I just have to keep going until I figure it out. I know I say that all the time. Oh, I need to word them. Shoot, I do need to word them. Good thing I have these little thingies. I feel like I want the word of the month to be opalite. Wish list, cancel, father figure. Have to make your own sunshine. Maybe sunshine, that's a good one. I think it's just gonna be opalite though, like sparkle to your own tune. Ooh, man, this is hard. I gotta think of it. Okay, give me 1 second. I need to like look up the, I can't like sing it in my head. Eldest daughter. Like, because if I keep singing it, or like, what's a word from Life of a Showgirl? I really need to think, like, I spent so long doing, like, figuring out exactly what I wanted to do for, oh, this is so hard. I hate when I, like, I don't want to, like, I've already done 2 months, you know what I mean? Shoot, there was one I was just thinking of. Was it opalite? So, either way, this is where we got it. I think I'm just gonna do opalite. I mean, why not, right? I don't have to have a reason. Where are those? Hi, Cindy, how are you? Yes, they are from a mixture of Sugar Pop Quiz and Caffeine Queens. We're gonna leave this here for a minute because maybe I'll think of something. And then this one specifically is from Adorably Amy Designs. So right now it's like a mixture of a couple of them, but you know, both have a ton of Taylor Swift stuff, a lot of fun I know Mallory from Sugar Pop Fizz definitely has, I think, every album, like specific things, because hers are the ones that I'm like my base of stuff for everything. And then Caffeine Queens definitely has a lot of Showgirl. She has several of them. And I think she has reading challenges for most of the albums, so that's another fun like twist. Welcome back. She wanted stories, of course. But yeah, so they're Caffeine Queens and Sugar Pop Fizz at the moment. I also get Taylor stickers from the sticker party too, but I don't think I have any Showgirl ones yet, which is weird. But yeah, so Sugar Pop Fizz definitely has, I'm gonna do kind of surgery on this one. Sugar Pop Fizz definitely has one for every album. Caffeine Queens has a lot of Taylor new album. That's new album name. I'm just drawing a blank on everything tonight. Life of a Showgirl stuff. How are you doing, Cindy? No, I was hoping that fit right there. I'm gonna switch this out. Okay, I think that's good for the front. What do you guys think? I'll think of a word of the month while I'm doing the rest. Oh no. We'll cover that up. And we'll come back to these stickers when we're doing the rest of the stuff. So for my mood tracker, you can see I already started tracing. I'm using the little martini glass stencil that I have, if I can find it, because I need it again. Because I think what I want to do is what I did kind of for the champagne bottles and like put the rest kind of around. So this is one thing I have been liking doing this year that I really haven't done as much in the past, is using like my pattern stencils for mood trackers, because a lot of them have, you know, they might have close to 30, and if they don't, you can always move them around and use the icons as the mood tracking base too. I think it gives me more options of like kind of fun designs to do. And it's like a fast mood tracker too. Thank you. I really should take these bracelets off, but like I said, I've been down a rabbit hole of little words project. I'm like, don't want to take them off. I did a whole stack of like Taylor themed ones for the night. Did Karma, Opalite, Dazzling, that's Show Business in leather. So I think Opalite would be a good one because I already have the bracelets. Okay, we'll do, I almost said January mood tracker. Holy crap. March. Alright, so that's very quick and relatively painless mood tracker. Like I said, I just used the what do you call it? Martini glass stencil thing. Alright. So then the next thing I'm going to do is my 1 line a day thing. I'm gonna make this one really simple too. I actually really liked that honeycomb. I kind of want to use that again. But I do like the dazzle. Maybe we'll do like the honeycomb. Okay, honeycomb with the footballs, because that looked really good. And I kind of want to carry that over. So maybe we'll do like the honeycomb on this side and then like add in some footballs kind of thing. I think this is gonna be a stencil I use a lot. And again, when I'm doing this one for the 1 line a day, I'm kind of not making it super heavy-handed because I want to be able to write over it if I need to. It's not like stealing the show. It's just kind of background. Now when I do the footballs, I might do the footballs a little darker just because I feel like that's... like I'll keep them further towards the edge too. Down a little bit. Okay, I love this. This is definitely gonna be one that is gonna be a use all the time one once I release it, obviously. What? Just threw one of my brushes away on accident. It like rolled off the table and directly into my trash can. I feel like this is like kind of an indirect honey reference because like honeycomb, you know? And then obviously the footballs add to it. We'll add a couple more and kind of fade them out. All right. Get my marbles again. Ooh. Do you guys have your March setups, March weeklies, etc. all done? Because I definitely don't. I have this week, and that's it. I'm kind of hoping that it's already 9 o'clock. Might be too late to do a really quick weekly after this, but Well, I don't know. I mean, all I have left is the middle. We'll see. Okay, there's that one. So how it stands right now is this will be the outside and then the inside of those pages. Now let me grab my planner. We can work on the actual calendar. Okay. All right. I need to see an actual calendar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. Hang on, what do you call it? My iPad just left close out other things, so I can't see if you guys are saying anything. Okay, let me grab oh no, I know I had. Oh, it's down here, that's why. I had a lot of different options for what I could use for this in general. Let's grab that one. I do kind of want to add some Showgirl, so I'm going to like leave a couple of these up here that I feel like I'm going to want to use. Okay, so looks like we'll do 3 on this side and 4 on this side because it's going to be 5 and 4. So we'll do that right there. Looks pretty good. Actually, might as well just go this way and not bend it. Okay, so then I am going to just keep taping this down, and I'm taping down anything that I don't want to ink. So like I only want to do 3 days on this side of the page, and the other side we'll do 4. We'll do the full four columns. And why I do that, obviously, because there's 7 days in a week. If you wanted to use that extra day as like a focus of the week or a goal of the week, obviously you could do 4 on both sides. And why I chose it this way, to do it this way, is because at the end of the month there's like the 29th, 30th, 31st, and then this part of it doesn't have that row. So instead of having to tape off like one specific box, I can just do 5 rows instead of columns and rows. 5 rows on this side and then do 4 on this side. It just makes it easier on myself. So you can decide how to do that, obviously. But that's just why I do it that way. So you'll see some months it'll be 4 on this page and 3 on this page. Usually it's whichever one I have to tape off less. just to make it easy on myself. If you've never seen me do this method before, this kind of just makes it look a little bit like a watercolor. I'm using the round, no, just the, I think this is the, no, this is the rounded brush boxes, calendar layout stencil, and then I usually choose 3 to like 5-ish colors that kind of coordinate with whatever colors I'm using. So for this one, I'm using like this orange and teal, obviously, and I'm gonna add some of the green in, and that's probably all the colors I'm gonna use. And I'm kind of being a little sloppy, and it looks like I'm going fast here, but I'm just doing it because I want to just get these colors down. I'm not too worried about like covering the whole box, but since I know I'm only using 3 colors, I will like cover more than I normally would. And being a little light, because this is of course where you're going to write in your plan, so you don't want it to be like super dark or anything. And if there's a color you just want to be accent, like, then obviously don't leave as much room for it. Like this one, I probably should have done this one first so it got covered up a little bit, but what I'll do is I'll go back with like the orange and teal and kind of do some covering up with it. And that's why I like the spreadability and the layerability of Distressed Oxide inks. That like if I feel like this color is not what I really wanted, I could kind of go back and tame it with another color. Put a little more orange, tone the green down a little bit. I have to restart my iPad Facebook. All right. And then like if I feel like there's not enough teal, I can add a little more teal in here. Or even just make the wood I've got a little darker. But really I'm like more looking at making sure the outsides are covered. If there's a little bit of white in the inside, that's okay. I think that just kind of gives it like a little bit of like a 4th color, or in this case a 4th color. Okay. And then we can pull this up and you can kind of see how it gives it like that watercolor kind of look. Okay, so now on this side, like I said, we're gonna do all 4 columns, but we will only do 4 rows. And I'll line the top up kind of with the same, obviously, because that's the same. I think it's 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, right? Oh my goodness. So anywhere that you don't want ink is what you want to cover. Or that you don't want ink that you're like likely to put it. Like down here I probably wouldn't need to, right? 1, 2, 3. I love when they like perfectly work out this way. Where I can just do like 3 on one side and 4 on the other rather than worrying about covering individual boxes. But that happens sometimes too, so it is what it is. I think this time I'm going to start with that green, just to give it a little bit of it in there, but not overwhelm it as much as I did on the other side. Okay, and then I'll pull the teal in. And then I will continue to add this in here. And then lastly, I will add orange. Okay. And then of course I gotta number it. I'll put I'm gonna grab the Life of a Showgirl font so we can put March in that. We'll add some stencils. You know, all the good stuff. We'll pull our stickers back down here too. Give me 1 second to flip through. I went through and sorted my massive stack of stencils that are not filed into where they're going to get into like their categories, but I haven't actually started putting them in their thing. Thank you. I haven't started actually putting them in their binders, so I still have stacks and stacks, but at least like I know which stacks are my fonts and which are my Christmas ones and which are, you know, the different ones. So that was relatively painless to find this. All right, so let's do this. My orange marker. And when I'm being stupid and doing these and not taping them down, I definitely like to kind of go in one direction with it and not kind of like scribble all around. I absolutely should not be doing this, but feeling reckless today. I feel like March is a short enough word to take that risk on. It's nothing inside. Like in my head trying to think like which stencils I want to use. I feel like I'm panicking a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. Speaking of not gonna lie, I still haven't listened to it yet, but I think that's the first podcast I'm gonna try, because I feel like it hits the like all the elements of things, that it's like somebody that I like, somebody that has a good personality. I mean, obviously, like there's the Taylor Swift tie-in, sports tie-in, but not necessarily like just about sports. I think we'll start there. And I think, like, you guys suggested that I'll start with, like, a current episode. And, kind of, like, make my way back if I want to. Because, like, Kelly, when I was planning, instead of, like, she had just finished a book and hadn't picked a new one. So when I was planning on Sunday, she had, like, BookTube on, and I was like, or a book podcast on. And I was like, I feel like I'm so left out of this whole podcast thing. Like, I don't understand. So we'll see. Once I get through the current slate of audiobooks, because maybe that'll, like, it'll, like, alleviate some of the pressure on my audiobooks. Like, I don't need to always be audiobooking, because, like, hey, I can listen to a podcast. We'll see. Okay, now we got that done. Let's hit the days. I think I will too, because I feel like she's, like, sporty, but, like, also opinionated, like, thank God they played each other in that one Super Bowl where, like, the world was given the Kelseys, like, because, like, she's my favorite of them, at least until, but they're all awesome. Like, I've seen clips of her podcast, like the short clips on, like, TikTok or whatever, or Reels or wherever they show them, but, and I'm always like, oh my God, that's so funny, I need to listen, and I never do, just because I'm always audiobooking or in, like, a music phase, like, I can't believe we're in March already. This is crazy. I'm, like, not looking forward to the end of the month. Ugh. Alright, let's do, like, a cool little showgirl here. I feel like I want this to be, like, a dark color. Not dark, but, like, yeah, like this. Uh-oh. My fan must have run out of battery. Okay, and I definitely want some sparkle. And I kind of think, like, I need to, like, vaguely reference this too. I had washi tape down and my brush got, like, tangled in it, so it was, like, tangled through it. All I know from, like, watching TikTok is there's, like, several podcasts that I'm like, I will never listen to. Especially, like, how people have been reacting to, like, the hockey thing. I'm like, yeah, nope. It was an option. Now it's not an option. Alright, let's do, I feel like some, like, a couple little, like, red lips is cute here. Also, like, did you watch Saturday Night? I didn't watch it, obviously. Like, I was at the reading thing, but why? Why are they trotting out the men with the women? Like, the women are doing awesome, and the men are just kind of like, I don't know. Like, I just find it, I watched, like, the clip of the monologue for Saturday Night Live, and I was like, this is so funny, but, like, and then there's the dudes, like, standing there, like, it seriously looked like they could not read those cue cards, and that was almost funnier than everything else. The host is, Connor Story. He's actually one of the two. Have you heard about Heated Rivalry? It's a hockey book that got turned into an HBO show, and it's about two hockey players. Well, the series is about a series of different ones, but, the show right now, at least, mainly follows two of them, Ilya and Shane, and they're like career-long, basically like secret love for each other. And they're on like rival teams, and essentially, like, you know hockey, so you know who this is. Essentially, it's based on like Ovechkin and Crosby. I mean, I think I saw something that said it was for sure, but like, as soon as I read it, I was like, oh, this is supposed to be Ovechkin and Crosby. Hey, Cynthia. It's like, basically like, their like illicit love story. And it's funny because it's like, it's pretty funny. Like, they really match their descriptions. Like, you might as well just like hire the two of them to be actors, to be honest. But anyway, so he is essentially like Ovechkin's character. He is like, he's like a Russian that comes over from Russia and is like this big shot, but then there's also like, you know, the Canadian, which is like essentially Crosby, is like, they're drafted the same year, and they basically like, they go to rival teams, and like they battle it out year after year, and then like meet along the way, and like have this like little love story underlying. Well, it's the whole point of the show. So he is essentially, like I said, Ovechkin's character. But ironically, the whole show is essentially about like how the hockey culture is like very anti. I mean, in this case, is very homophobic, but like also anti-women, and, you know, very bigoted in general. So timely. It's so funny how like things like that stuff come out, and it's like they would have never known that this Olympics was going to happen, right? Like, it's crazy that like it came out and was such a big cultural phenomenon. I mean, maybe not crazy that like it released during an Olympic year, because hello, like, that's an obvious like tie-in, but it's crazy that like this whole stuff with the men's team happened to kind of give it like a legitimate like boost in, you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. So that was like the joke of like, they had the men out, and like he's talking about his show, and they're like, oh, I heard this happened, and he's like, oh, I hope some hockey players watch it, and the women come out, and they're like, don't worry, we did. Like, they are actually, you know what I mean? Like, they're hockey players too, kind of thing. Like, and they actually watched it. Yeah, it's crazy how that timing worked. Like, again, like I said, I mean, obviously it's an Olympic year. Like, hockey in general is going to be in the popular culture at the moment, right? Like, so that's not really like wild, but it's wild that the whole stuff with the men's team happened like right at the same same time that the show that, like, essentially, like, if you read the series, especially, obviously the show hasn't had time to, like, I think that right now it's 6 or 7 books, and then the 7th or the 8th is coming out this fall. Because the first, like, 5 books are all different couples that are, like, in hockey in some aspect, or at least one of them is in hockey, and, like, essentially, like, how they deal with their relationship, with, like, a queer relationship. And so it's crazy that, like, the timing of that, like, really hit. Like I said, so it's, like, kind of how, I mean, essentially, like, the NHL is the villain of it. And, don't you know, like, it's wild. I kind of want to put, like, the see you next era. Oh, that would have been good for the end of the year, too, though. But yeah, so that's who the host was the guy that plays, essentially, Ovechkin in Heated Rivalry. Eek. Where to put this? But yeah, the timing of it is wild. I just loved how the women had, like, a crazy longer ovation than the men. That was great. Okay, what else can I add in here? Almost like there's a couple, like, I really want to put canceled on here somewhere, but I don't know where. Okay, so there is that. Let me tape them up. And 9:30, might do a really, really quick layout for this, for next week. Because I need to get back on track because, like I said, it's going to be a quick turnaround week. I almost taped the wrong side, too. So once again, I'm using tip and tape from Lauren Phelps. I wish I didn't suck at lining this up. Next time I see her in person, I should be like, can you teach me how to use this? Because I suck at it. I'm loving the monthlies, honestly. Like, I love that like, what am I going to do next year? Like, I feel like I'm going to need another theme. I think I'm going to do Opalite for my word of the year, too. Because... screw it. Maybe like Showgirl, like keep it 100. Ooh, I like that too. I feel like that's a phrase and not a word though. I'm loving this. Like, I feel like it's gonna be so awesome at the end of the year to like be like, to like flip through them all. Like, I think that's gonna be so fun. And then next month, I think I'm gonna do Fearless because Fearless and 40. Ugh. I can't believe it's already almost April. And I think basically I'm going to do Fearless in like 2 weeks. So that's why I want to get next week done if I can. Did I do this bottom or top? I did it bottom-ish. Okay. So there is our March. Wow, that would turn out good. Every time I'm like, oh, this isn't going to turn out good. And every time it looks so good. Oh, I'm obsessed with all of these. It helps having really fun stickers to add to it too. Alright, let's do a very quick weekly. Like, I want this to be like less than 10 minutes. If I can get the anti-stencils out. I'm going to use one of the new. I think I'm going to use this one and do like yellow too. What if I did like, because this is so cute. We'll just do that. We'll do that another time. We'll do green and we'll do yellow. This needs to be like a goldy. And this needs to be green. This definitely needs to be Lucky Clover. Does anyone do stuff for St. Patrick's Day? Like, years ago we used to do the 5K in downtown and they would have a St. Patrick's Day parade after, but it'd be like just like a party. But that was like the Sunday before St. Patrick's Day. I never really, we've never been a St. Patrick's Day family, I guess. Alright. It's gonna be kind of a quick one. Hopefully. And go through and try to hit all the shamrocks with green. And then go back to the horseshoes and do gold on those. I know, like here, it's hard because it's like sometimes St. Patrick's Day is cold and sometimes it's gorgeous, and I'm sure the same there with you, Katie. Cynthia, by the way, I was brainstorming designs for like a South Carolina, some South Carolina stencils. I have a couple designed, but like, what would you envision as a South Carolina, like for like things to put down for South Carolina? Because again, like I have some, and I have ideas for others that I haven't executed yet. But I would love to hear like what you would think of a South Carolina stencil. Send you a message regarding my phone information. Oh, thank you. Perfect. I've been digging in. One of the friend actually that I drove with this weekend, her family lives in South Carolina, or in Charleston specifically. And so she was telling me places she likes to go when she's down there too. So I've been writing down all the notes. I'm actually going to lunch with all the people I'm going with on Saturday. What would you, I'm working on South Carolina stencils. I have a few. Like I have a couple that are like the shape of the state. I have a couple with like palmettos. I have, I'm trying to remember them all. I have a few designed, but like what would you envision as like a South Carolina stencil? Like For example, my like one of my Florida ones has like the state, some waves, like there's an alligator on it, like obviously there's like a castle. Like, what would you think of as a like South Carolina stencil? Like, what do you envision when you're like, oh, I need a South Carolina stencil? This is what should be on it. Or Charleston specifically, either or. Riverbank Zoo. Okay. I'm not taking notes right now, obviously, but I'm going to go back through the comments later and write this down. Is that in Charleston? Like, what is that like a, just like a zoo, or like, is there something special about it? Not like just like a zoo, you know what I mean? Like, is there like something specific, like, oh, they have alligators? Okay. I can definitely do that. I missed a horseshoe. Ooh, I like how these colors turned out. These are looking good together. Aquarium, okay. I know I was looking through, are turtles a big thing there? Because I was looking through like some of the tours, said they like, oh, turtle sightings here, turtle sightings there. So that was one thing I was thinking about putting on. I mean, I know dolphins, but that's kind of a major June southern. Okay, cool. I'll do my best to get as many of these things on. Like, sometimes it's hard for like the turtles. Okay. I have ideas, like I said, so like I'm not like, you need to tell me everything right now. But if you think of anything, the bridge, okay, yeah, I did see that one. I'll have to look and see if I think that's something I can replicate in a stencil, because that's the one hard thing is like, I know I absolutely could just do the shape of it, but sometimes it's like there's specific things that are hard to do and make it look like a bridge still. But if I'm like thinking of it right, because I haven't completely started going down the planning rabbit hole yet. I've just been kind of starting to look at different some tours that I think we want to do. I know, like I said, I know my brother wants to, or my boyfriend, what the fuck? My boyfriend wants to go to the fort. And he's a golfer, so he'll probably the rest of the time be golfing. There's a couple of bookstores I want to check out. I also did see that's where they filmed, Charleston is where they filmed that, or there's a specific place that I have written down that I want to go to, where they filmed the one scene in The Notebook. So then I had to like, convince my boyfriend. I was like, they filmed The Patriot here too. Horse and carriage. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. I didn't even think about that, even though that's like one of the things on my list. What I usually like to do is do a couple of like patterny things, and I already have those. Like, I have most of those done. I know I'll probably do like a lighthouse, and then do like one or two that are like kind of like icons, right? Like, so something you could use to like do a background, and then like things that you could use like for different parts of your trip to like do that. So that's kind of where I'm at. The horse and carriage is a great idea. The bridge would be really good. That would be perfect for that too. Might just skew more towards just like a Charleston one. The Yorktown. Is that the ship that's in the harbor? I know there's also like a, I think Melissa was telling me there's a submarine in there too. I don't know if that's like an iconic like outline. Because that's the other thing I have to think about like when I'm doing stencils is it's not just like, oh, okay, like when you look at this with all the details, like it's obvious, right? Like it has to be something that like the outline of it is iconic. Like, you know what you're looking at, you know what I mean? So that's one thing that does make it harder. I think a horse and carriage will be great for that. I think the bridge will be pretty good too. You can do turtles. All right, let's pull this up. This was fast. I like it. I'm gonna have to clean it off before I take pictures this weekend though. I've got a lot more springy stuff coming, along with like these few, St. Patrick's Eve one. I have some like rainy, like umbrellas and like rain type ones. I have some flowers, a lot of floral. I have a couple springy ones. Obviously the St. Patrick's stuff. I've got, yeah, I'm liking this a lot. More than I thought I was, because I'm like, I'm going to do another St. Patrick's one. But the colors look really good together on this. This was great for a really fast one. I love that. It looks so good together. I love when it works out like that. All right, let me do some counting. Okay. Currently in Hilton Head for a conference and starting to get warm. Yay! As long as it's like a nice but not too hot temperature by the time I'm down there. But yes, I'm going to lunch with my boyfriend's family on Saturday. It's his mom's birthday this week, but I'm like, I want to be ready. Like, these are the things I want to do. Oh, I smeared it down here. Shoot. Oh, well. My yellow ink pad is very juicy, so I tend to do that. I wasn't thinking when I started taking things off. Oh, well. See, that's perfect to me. I mean, obviously not like if we're going to be swimming and stuff, but I would love that. All right, so we've got 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, and 15th. And now next week I will oh, it's not my birthday next week. My birthday is I'm an Aries. Aries forever. his mom's, is a Pisces for sure. I'm like, how dare you call me that? I'm an Aries. My boyfriend hates it. He's like, you being angry does not have anything to do with you being an Aries. I'm like, yes, it does. I'm going to tell you I'm an Aries. I can't help it. Okay, so there's a very quick St. Patrick's Day layout with one of our new stencils that'll be out. I'm hoping this weekend, but I'm not 100% sure. Obviously, they won't make it for the St. Patrick's Day, but if I don't release them now, I'll never release them. They'll be there next year. And here's our awesome Life of a Showgirl full monthly layout. I'm obsessed again. I feel like we're 3 for 3. Like, it just looks good. Everything looks so good. I'm an Aries. And I love being an Aries. Okay, anyway. I'm gonna get off here so I can take these pictures and then head to sleep. So thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate it. I will see you next week because let's see. Today is the 3rd. Next week we will probably do the last 2 weeks of March maybe. Right? 1, 2. And then that'll be the 10th. The 17th we will do April monthly. And the 24th we'll start in April. I really love these monthlies. I'm obsessed with them. Obsessed. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna get off of here, start taking pictures, and I will hopefully see you guys next week. Good night.